Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Kiran Mai. Today we are going to discuss about vitamins and minerals. So, contents in the vitamins and minerals are: first, we will have brief introduction about vitamins, and in vitamins we discuss about their classification, sources, their their role in physiology, deficiency symptoms, and treatment. In diet, we have macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients are carbohydrates, proteins, fats. Micronutrients are vitamins and minerals. These are micronutrients because these micronutrients required require in very less quantity, that is milligrams and or micrograms. That's why these are called micronutrients. Vitamins. Vitamin, its name is coined by Casim Fan. He's a biochemist. He gave name as vital vitamine because it is vital and it is a amine. Later on, later on, known that not every vitamin is a amine. That's why they removed E from the vitamin. It became vitamin. These vitamins are organic compounds needed in smaller quantities, that is micro or milligrams, micrograms or milligrams. These are they have a very specific role in human body. That is, they are needed for metabolic demand. They needed for hematopoiesis. They act as cofactor for many enzymes. So vitamins are mainly derived from food, except vitamin D and nicotine. Vitamin D is synthesized in our body in the presence of sunlight. Nicotine nicotine is derived from tryptophan. Vitamins. Vitamins means many vitamins. They exist in more than one forms. One, two, three. So these are called vitamins. Vitamins. So vitamins are nothing but vitamins are existing different chemical forms. Classification. Vitamins are classified into two groups: fat soluble vitamins and water soluble vitamins. Fat soluble vitamins are vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. Water soluble are B complex, that is B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B12, and folic acid, and vitamin C. These fat soluble vitamins, they metabolize slowly. They're stored in liver in large quantities. So hypervitaminosis or toxicity of vitamins are more prevalent in fat soluble vitamins. Contrary, water soluble vitamins are, they metabolize rapidly and immediately they excreted by urine. So these are less toxic than fat soluble vitamins, and toxicity will occur very rarely with water soluble vitamins. Vitamin A. The chemical name for the vitamin A is retinol. Sources of vitamin A are carrots, red cabbage, milk, mangoes, cheese, butter, eggs, etc. The physiological role of vitamin A in eyes. In eyes, vitamin A is essential for production of rhodopsin in rods and cones. This rhodopsin is the key factor for dark adaptation. Second physiological role is it maintains the integrity of epithelium. It inhibits the keratinization so that epithelium resistant to the infection. Third, it is a very good antioxidant. These uh, antioxidant, many free radicals, they are produced by different mechanisms. They are working in the body. Those free radicals will damage cell. They damage cells. So these vitamin A is having antioxidant property. So it removes the free radicals from the body, and it helps in the bone growth and development of children. It activates the immune system by proliferation of lymphocytes. It has a role in spermatogenesis and fetal development. The causes for the deficiency of vitamin A are two. First one is malabsorption of fat will lead to vitamin A deficiency. Number two, impaired liver storage. Malabsorption syndrome like sprue, pancreatic disease, biliary tract diseases, these will cause fat malabsorption. So eventually they'll lead into vitamin A deficiency, impaired liver storage. If liver is affected by some diseases, hepatic diseases, vitamin A deficiency will occur. These are the causes for the vitamin A deficiency. Symptoms of vitamin A deficiency. In the eye, it will cause nyctalopia, that means night blindness because of no rhodopsin in the rods and cones. Xerosis. Xerosis means dryness of cornea. It will cause bitted spots on conjunctiva. Keratoderma malacia. It means ulceration and necrosis of cornea. All these terms are collectively called as xerophthalmia. These are the symptoms of vitamin A deficiency in eye. Number two, skin. We already discussed that vitamin A prevents keratinization. So here vitamin A deficiency is there. So so uh, epithelial cells will be hyperkeratinized. Eventually leads into infections. Vitamin A is responsible for the lung elasticity. So when vitamin A is decreased, lungs elasticity also decrease. It will lead to infection. Renal calculus. In vitamin A deficiency, renal epithelium will become rough. So it will causes renal calculus. In bones, vitamin A deficiency, because of vitamin A deficiency, bones remodeling are faulty. In miscellaneously, these vitamin A causes sterility in males and fetal deformities also occur with vitamin A deficiency. Therapeutic dose and daily requirements for adults, they need 1000 micrograms per day. It is a prophylactic dose. The therapeutic dose is 50,000 to 1 lakh unit, 50,000 to 1 lakh micrograms. We need this is in oral route. We need to give 3 consecutive days. The drug interactions of the vitamin A. Vitamin E and vitamin A enhances the vitamin A functions. So Vitamin E always given with vitamin A in a combination. Oral contraceptive pills will enhance the vitamin A functions. Liquid paraffin will emulsify the vitamin A, so its absorption is decreased. These are the drug-drug interactions with vitamin A. Toxicity of the vitamin A is called hypervitaminosis A. Toxicity will occur when a person is taking 1 lakh international units of vitamin A per day, consecutively 3 weeks. So he manifests these symptoms. They are dry pruritic skin, itchy skin, hair loss, fissures of the lips, tenderness in the bones, brittle nails, hepatosplenomegaly, edema, decreased high density lipoproteins, increased triglyceride. These are all the manifestations of vitamin A toxicity. Analogues of the vitamin A. Vitamin A is having many analogues. First, we'll discuss about beta carotene. Beta carotene, it is a precursor of vitamin A. It is present in carrots, red cabbage. The sources of beta carotene are carrots and red cabbage. This beta carotene converts into vitamin A in intestine. This vitamin A is oxidized as retinoic acid and retinol. These are having antioxidant property. Antioxidant property. Retinol. Retinol is a trans-retinoic acid. It is a carboxy form of a vitamin A. Vitamin A, these vitamin A activity on epithelial cells. These vitamin A analog acts only on epithelial cell. It does not act on eye or reproductive system. It is used topically in treatment of acne vulgaris. Third one is isotretinoin. This isotretinoin is orally used in the treatment of nodulocystic acne vulgaris and it prevents the skin cancer. Pregnancy is absolute contraindicated. In pregnancy, this isotretinoin is contraindicated. Depression, suicidal tendencies are being reported in the patients who are using isotretinoin. The dose of isotretinoin is 500 micrograms per kg per daily in 2 divided doses. And the fourth one is etretinate. It is used orally for refractory psoriasis. This is also contraindicated in pregnancy. Acitretinine. It is a metabolite of etretinate. It is used in the treatment of pustular psoriasis, lichen planus, ichthyosis. The last group of last analogs, these are the second generation vitamin A preparations. These are in gel form, so their absorption is very high. These are also contraindicated. The drugs in the group is tazobactam, bexarotene. Vitamin D. Vitamins of vitamin D are vitamin D2, vitamin D3. Vitamin D2 is ergocalciferol. Vitamin D3 is cholecalciferol. Vitamin D, we already discussed that vitamin D and niacin, these are synthesized in the body. So vitamin D is synthesized in the body by cholesterol under the presence of in presence of UV rays. Vitamin D2 is ergocalciferol. It comes from vegetable source. The commercial vitamin D formulations, majority are belongs to are having ergocalciferol. These vitamin D2 and D3, they have a very minor change in their chemical structure, so that their physiological functions are also same with very little difference. So synthesis of vitamin D. The vitamin D2, that is ergocalciferol, it is a substrate for 25-hydroxylase and alpha hydroxylase. Those are present in liver and kidney respectively to form 25-hydroxy D3 and 125-hydroxy D3. D3, vitamin D3, it is a cholecalciferol. It is a prohormone. It doesn't have, it doesn't possess any biological activity, but its metabolites are active. These are formed from the liver and kidney. D3 is converted, hydroxylated as 25-hydroxy D3. It is called calcidiol in liver. This calcidiol is converted into hydroxylated into 1,2,5-hydroxy D3. It is calcitriol. In the cytochromes of kidney under presence of parathyroid hormone. Calcidiol, calcitriol, they are used orally. Calcitriol can be given parenterally. Alpha globulins, these are the plasma proteins binding to the calcitriol. This is the synthesis of vitamin D. Next, we'll go for the physiological actions of vitamin D. In GIT, this vitamin D or calcitriol, which stimulate absorption of calcium phosphates in the intestine. Calcitriol binds its receptor at intestine. When it binds with its receptor, it will lead to increase the transcription, so that induction of calcium binding protein, that is cal binding, is synthesized. Calcitriol binds to the membrane to modulate the calcium uptake across the GIT membrane. Physiological action of vitamin D in bone. Bone, calcitriol induce rank ligand and osteoblast, which in turn causes activation of osteoclast. This action is independent of parathyroid hormone, but this action is facilitated by PTH. Both the D2 and D3 increase the reabsorption of calcium phosphate ions in the proximal convoluted tubule of nephron, but it's a weak action compared to the parathyroid hormone, it, which is uh, which is actively absorb the calcium in the distal tubule. The regulation of parathyroid secretion and immunoregulatory processes is dependent upon the D3 D4, because this D3 D4 negative, uh, they control the secretion of calcitriol and parathyroid by negative feedback mechanism. The difference between the parathyroid and D3 D4 is calcium and phosphorus levels both are increased by D3 and D4, Only serum calcium levels are increased with PTH, sorry, and phosphate levels are decreased. These are all the physiological actions pertaining to the vitamin preparations of vitamin D. Vitamin D is available along with the multivitamin tablet preparations or calcium salts or vitamin 3 granules alone. Nowadays, vitamin D is fortified with dairy products like milk, butter, cheese, etc. Cholecalciferol, that is D3. This vitamin D3 is derived from the cholesterol under UV rays, available as granules for oral use. If it is oily solution, we can use it for intramuscular. 1 microgram of cholecalciferol is equals to 40 international units of vitamin D. This cholecalciferol, second one is ergocalciferol, that is D2. This ergocalciferol is derived from fungal yeast. Calcitriol. This calcitriol is an active form of D3. It can be given orally or parenterally. Alpha calcidol and dihydrotachisterol. These two are prodrugs. They active in absence of renal 1-alpha hydroxylase. These are rapidly hydrolyzed. These are already said that these are prodrugs. So these are used in renal rickets where 1-alpha hydroxylase is deficient. Vitamin D dependent rickets. It is used in renal rickets, vitamin D dependent rickets, hypoparathyroidism. It is orally active. And next formulations are calcipotriol, doxycalferol, paricalcitol. These three are calcitriol analogs. These are bind poorly with the vitamin D binding alpha globulin. So their clearance is faster, lesser risk of hypercalcemia and hypercalciuria will occur. There is a lesser chance. Deficiency of vitamin D symptoms are: in children it will cause rickets, in adults it will cause osteomalacia. In children, the deficient it is if it is deficient, calcification in the bones will be impaired. It may children may be landed into bony deformities, bow legs, enlarged skull, enlarged spinal curvature, chest abnormalities. We can observe in children who are suffering from vitamin D, less amounts of vitamin D deficiency. When adults are suffering from vitamin D deficiency, in osteomalacia, it is happened in adults due to the decreased vitamin D levels. In the patient, they are having pains, bony tenderness in osteomalacia. Toxicity of the vitamin D. It is called hypervitaminosity. It is characterized by elevated plasma calcium levels. These elevated plasma calcium levels will lead to ectopic deposition of calcium in various tissues like blood vessels. If it is accumulated in the blood vessel, it will cause hypertension. If these elevated calcium levels, these circulated calcium levels are very high, this calcium is deposited in the parenchymal organs and soft tissues. If it is if it is deposited in the kidney, it will form renal calcium stones. It will cause growth retardation. Recovery of the vitamin D hypervitaminosis occurs in chronically taken persons. Recovery is not complete even after stopping vitamin D. We should prefer low calcium diet. Vitamin E. Vitamin Vitamins of vitamin E are tocopherol, alpha tocopherol. The dietary source of this vitamin E is, and this is present in vegetables, seeds, nuts, peanuts, egg yolk, etc. Their physiological role: it is an important antioxidant which protects the free radical damage. It protects the cells from the free radical damage. So prevents the oxidation of coenzymes. So polyunsaturated fatty acids, they are not being breakdown. Proteins from the it protects from the cancer, cataract, Alzheimer's, because these are all the underlying pathology is free radical injury. So vitamin E is a very efficient free radical remover or antioxidant. It in sorry, it is an anti-sterility action. It enhances the use of vitamin A. Deficiency symptoms. It will cause peripheral neuropathy. Sterility and hemolytic anemias. These are the deficiency symptoms of vitamin D. Therapeutic uses, doses and requirements. Daily we need 10 to 20 milligrams of vitamin D. In adults it is 400 milligrams. In children it is 200 milligrams per day. The therapeutical uses are nocturnal muscle cramps. In nocturnal muscle cramps, if we give vitamin D, it will give good results. It will reduce the pains. In a fibrolytic cystic breast disease, these vitamin D is prescribed. It is used in G6PD deficiency. It delays cataract formation and carotid artery disease. Drug interactions for the vitamin D. Liquid paraffin emulsifies the vitamin D, so its absorption is decreased. Oral anticoagulants, these are potentiated by the vitamin A. Vitamin A. Vitamin A, C, selenium, these are the potent antioxidants. Toxicity is very rare for vitamin E. Next, vitamin K. Vitamin K is also known as endogenous systemic coagulant. It is a cofactor in gamma. It is a cofactor in gamma carboxylation of the clotting factors 2, 7, 9, 10. Vitamin K, it is essential for the four clotting factors. Those are synthesized from the liver. These are prothambin, that is factor 2. Proconvertin, it is 7. Christmas factor, that is 9. Stewart factor, that is 10. Vitamin K is coined as K because K stands for coagulation in German. That's why it is called as vitamin K. The sources of the vitamin K are liver, leafy vegetables, pulses. Excuse me. Normally, this vitamin K is produced by the colonic bacteria of the host. It is a cofactor in clotting factors because clotting factors are activated by gamma carboxylation. Vitamin K is a cofactor in that gamma carboxylation in its reduced form. Analogs of the vitamin K, natural vitamin K or phytonadione. It is obtained from leafy vegetables. It can be given orally or IV. It has rapid onset of action and it has prolonged effect. It needs bile salts for its absorption. So in obstructive jaundice, malabsorption of the vitamin K is manifested. Vitamin K2, it is known as minaquinone. It is synthesized by bacterial flora in the human. Prolonged use of antibiotics leads to deficiency of vitamin K2. Vitamin K3, minadione, it is synthetic bile salts not needed for the absorption of this vitamin K3. So, this vitamin K3 used in obstructive jaundice. It is given orally. It has no proper storage system in the body. It is metabolized by liver and conjugated by glucuronic acid conjugate and excreted through the bile and the urine. Manifestations of the vitamin K deficiency, it will lead to bleeding tendencies, hypoprothambinemia. These are the manifestations of vitamin K deficiency. The people at the risk of vitamin K deficiency are newborn people, second, patients on anticoagulant therapy. These two patients are at risk for the vitamin K deficiency. Therapeutical uses of vitamin K. First one, it is used therapeutic uses of vitamin K. When a patient is needed to take antibiotics prolongedly, oral vitamin K is prescribed along with those antibiotics. Oral dose of overdose of oral anticoagulants are indicated. Vitamin K is indicated. It is a drug of choice there. Vitamin K1 can be given rapid onset because it has rapid onset of action. Vitamin K2 should be avoided because it delays the onset. It has delayed onset, that is 24 hours. In newborn or premature infants, vitamin K3 minadone avoided because it will lead to hemolysis which precipitate the kernicterus. Because in children, in infants, the glucuronil transfer is present in very less amounts, and that is inhibited by the that is inhibited. In newborns, vitamin K1 is given 1 milligrams IM, very low in children, very slow in children. Malabsorption due to obstructive jaundice because bile salts are required for the absorption. Vitamin K3 can be given orally, K1 parenterally. Daily requirement of vitamin D is 50 to 100 micrograms per day. 5 to 10 5 to 10 micrograms is sufficient because of colonic bacteria. Next, move into water soluble vitamins. Water soluble vitamins, these are vitamin B and vitamin C. We'll discuss about vitamin C now. Vitamin C, the chemical name for vitamin C is ascorbic acid. The dietary source of vitamin C is citrus fruits like orange, lemon, and tomatoes, potatoes, green chilies, cabbage. These are the dietary source for the vitamin C. The physiological role of vitamin C, it is a cofactor. It mediates oxidation, amidation, hydroxylation reactions in the body. It is helps in the synthesis of the collagen. It maintains the iron in the ferrous state for its absorption. That's why normally when oral iron is given, will advise to take these iron tablets along with vitamin C. So which increase the absorption of ferrous because it maintains the ferrous state. Next, these are the physiological roles of the vitamin C. So deficiency symptoms of vitamin C. It will cause scurvy. We already discussed that vitamin C mediates collagen synthesis. So if there is deficiency of vitamin C, collagen synthesis is defected. So it will lead to gingivitis, loosening of the tooth, delayed or failure wound healing, and anemias will occur. These symptoms are collectively called as scurvy. The therapeutic uses of the vitamin C. It is prophylactically used 50 to 500 milligrams. In scurvy, it is 1 to 1.5 grams per day. It as antioxidant, the dose is 100 milligrams per day. It is in hemateminics. So it is recommended in common cold, viral infections. It is used in acidification of urine of UTI. In UTI, the toxicity of vitamin C, it is very rare. If doses are taken or ingested by the patient, it will lead to oxalate stone formation. This is regarding vitamin C. Next, B complex vitamins. We have a family of B complex. Here we are discussing about B1 thiamine, B2 riboflavin, B3 niacin, B5 pantothenic acid, B6 pyridoxine, B12 cyanocobalamin, folic acid. These are the B complex vitamins. Thiamine. B1 is thiamine. Source of the thiamine is cereals, pulses, yeast, green leafy vegetables, egg, meat. It is a heat-labile protein. Heat-labile vitamin. The physiological role of vitamin B1 is its active form is thymine pyrophosphate. It is a coenzyme in carbohydrate metabolism. This thymine pyrophosphate, which works as a neurotransmission. Deficiency symptoms: failure of glucose metabolism. When vitamin B1 is deficient, it leads to glucose metabolism defects. So these glucose, so because of this failure, accumulation of pyruvic acid and lactic acid will see. These symptoms are called beriberi. This beriberi is two types: dry beriberi, wet beriberi. Dry beriberi, it affects CNS and peripheral nerves, that is PNS. The manifestations are neuropathy, numbness, cramps, muscle weakness. Wet beriberi, it occurs with CVS. It involves CVS. So the symptoms would be palpitations, breathlessness, calcium changes, like that. In alcoholics, poor diet or neglected food leading to thiamine deficiency. In alcohols, it is called Wernicke's-Korsakoff ophthalmoplegia. The therapeutic uses of the therapeutic dosages. The daily requirement of vitamin B1 is 1.5 to 2 milligrams for beriberi for Wernicke's Korsakoff disease. 100 milligrams per day IM IV, 50 to 10 milligrams orally. Toxicity of these B complex and water soluble vitamins are very less. Physiological role. Next vitamin is vitamin B2. The chemical name of vitamin B2 is riboflavin. The dietary source of riboflavin is meat, liver, egg, milk, cheese, sprouted cereals. Physiological role of vitamin B2 is its active form is flavin mononucleotide, that is FMN FAD. Flavin adenine dinucleotide FAD. Coenzymes for these FMN and FAD are coenzymes for several oxidation and reduction reactions. These are these promote carbohydrate metabolism. Deficiency symptoms of vitamin B2 or riboflavin are glossitis, angular stomatitis, teleosis, that is fissures in lips, cataract formation, local seborrheic dermatitis. These are the deficiency symptoms of B2 or riboflavin. Next we'll discuss about niacin, that is B3. It is also called pellagra preventing factor. Nicotinic acid or nicotinamide. These are the niacin. These are the niacin source. The source of niacin is fish, egg, liver, cereal, pulses. Physiological role of vitamin B3 is the active form of vitamin B3 is NAD, NADP. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide NAD. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate, that is NADP. These are the coenzymes in various oxidation and reduction reactions. Cellular deficiency symptoms of vitamin B3, that is niacin. It is dermatitis, depression, delusions, hallucinations, death. Alcoholics are at risk because they have decreased dietary intake and absorption of niacin is also impaired. Therapeutic uses of vitamin B3. Normally, it is daily requirement dose is 15 to 20 milligrams per day. It would be 200 to 500 milligrams per day orally. Tryptophan is a provitamin for the niacin. Maize, bajra, jowar, this lack of tryptophan. So, those people who eat these, they will suffer from the pellagra. B1, B2, B6 needed for activation of B3. So, pellagra, pellagra need to be treated with B2, B6 along with B3. Next, B5 pantothenic acid. Pantothenic acid, the dietary source of pantothenic acid is meat, liver, egg yolk, milk, cereal, legumes, vegetables, fruits. Physiological role of the vitamin B5, that is pantothenic acid. It is an essential component of essential component of coenzyme A, carbohydrate, fat, protein metabolism. Deficiency symptoms. It is not apparent but believed to cause flatulence, diarrhea, leg cramps, and insomnia. This is regarding niacin. Sorry, pantothenic acid. Uses, therapeutical uses. It is used in 4 to 7 milligrams per day. In treatment, 50 to 100 milligrams per day. Generally used as nutritional supplement in the form of calcium pantothenate along with other B complex vitamins. The pantothenic acid's physiological role, it is an coenzyme for the metabolism of proteins, carbohydrates, fat. It is used in the synthesis of GABA, heme, tryptophan. These three things, they need essentially pantothenic acid. Symptoms of deficiency: peripheral neuropathy, glossitis, stomatitis, epilepsy, growth retardation. These are the clinical symptoms of deficiency of pantothenic acid. Drug interactions for the pantothenic acid. It will increase the conversion of levodopa to dopamine. in present in peripheral tissue. So decreased bioavailability in the CNS. So it should be avoided. INS and slow accelerators. This is deficient. Hydralazine, cycloserine, penicillamine leads to deficiency. Prophylactically, it is used as 2 to 5 milligrams per day. Pyridoxine induced it should be used 50 to 200 milligrams. In INH induced deficiency, we should be used 50 to 10 to 50 milligrams per day. It is also used in morning sickness. The dose is 550 to 100 milligrams per day. The next vitamin is vitamin B7, that is biotin. It is sources of the biotin are liver, egg yolk, not white, fish, legume, berry, dry berries, dry fruits. It the physiological roles of biotin are it is a coenzyme in the metabolism of carbohydrate, fat, and gluconeogenesis. The deficiency symptoms are anorexia, nausea, vomitings, dry scaly hair, brittle hair. Skin skin becomes very dry and it is very irritated. The nickname for the vitamin B7 biotin is vitamin H. H for Haar, heart. Haar means hand, hat means nails in the German. So normally this biotin is added in skin and hair beauty products. Even though this is not absorbed from the skin, these are used in beauty products. Next vitamin is vitamin B12. It is also called as cyanocobalamin. Mammals cannot synthesize vitamin B12. It is obtained they obtain the vitamin B12 from fish, meat, liver, egg, milk, that is from non-veg. Streptomyces griseus is it is a commercial dietary intake. Deficiency, it is normally in insufficient dietary intake. Vegetarians, then these are the people at risk for the B12 deficiency. Third group of people, these are people they undergoing into chemotherapy. Infestation of fish tapeworm, that is Daclobacterium latem, because these fish tapeworm which utilizes B12. Pernicious anemia, hereditary anemia, these are the autoimmune diseases. Here antibodies against intrinsic factor. Intrinsic factor is synthesized in the stomach. The receptors for the excuse me. Receptors for the these intrinsic factor, they are located in the ileum. So in partial or complete gastrectomized patient, disease of ileum after surgical problems, they tend to have B12 deficiency symptoms. This B12 generic name, B12 is a generic name for cyanocobalamin or hydroxycobalamin. Only cobalt containing amino compound known to the nature is cyanocobalamin. This is the one having cobalt in its structure. Cobalt is added at sixth position. Pharmacokinetics, it is not fat soluble, needed transport vehicles for absorption. Are proteins of stomach in, intrinsic factor, gastric parietal cell transport into ileum. Metabolic functions. This vitamin B6 is a cofactor for methionine synthase. Homocysteine is converted into methionine in the presence of B12. And these B12 is a precursor for pyrimidines and pyrimidines. So these purines and pyrimidines, they are very much important in CNS. DNA synthesis. CNS DNA synthesis. In B12 deficiency, 5-hydroxy tetrahydrofolic acid is converted into dihydrofolic acid. Deficiency of vitamin B12 manifests as megaloblastic anemia and peripheral neuropathy. Physiological functions of vitamin B12. The second physiological function is therapeutic use of vitamin B12. It is not used IV. Cyanocobalamin, hydroxycobalamin, methylcobalamin are used orally or deep IM. Hydroxycobalamin, long acting, it is having highest protein bond capacity. Oral therapy needs higher dose. Methylcobalamin used in natural defects. IM rapid. Now we have completed vitamins, fat soluble and water soluble. Now next we'll move into the minerals. These minerals are essential inorganic compounds. Physiological role of these minerals are they act as coenzymes, cofactors. They control the genetic material transcription. They work as they're very good antioxidants. Minerals they are in the human body are calcium, phosphorus, iron, copper, chromium, magnesium, manganese, zinc, selenium, molybdenum, sodium, potassium, and iodine. These are all the minerals, those are present in the human body. People at the risk in the mineral deficiency, they are alcoholic abusers, smokers, inappropriate restricted diet. People they are doing inappropriate restricted diet, they will tend to have mineral deficiency. If elderly people are hospitalized, low socioeconomic status patients, increased demand. that is in pregnancy, lactation. We need to supplement more than the daily required doses in increased demand patients. Thank you.